Now it's Julieann Campbell's turn. Julieann Campbell, as we're all aware, is an extremely versatile writer who's had great success in poetry, creative non-fiction and journalism. Julieann's first non-fiction book, Setting the Truth Free, the inside story of the Bloody Sunday Justice campaign, which was published by Liberties Press, was joint winner of the Christopher Ewart Biggs Memorial Prize last year in 2013. A former reporter with the Derry Journal, Julieann is now writing a graphic novel and editing her first poetry collection, Milk Teeth, for which she has just received Arts Council SIAP support, and which will be published by Guildhall Press in 2015. So, without any further ado, can I please invite Julieann Campbell to the podium.
Outcasts. The oddest omen presented in biting gale. Coastal winds that sting the eyes and batter the bones. He came to me. Omen or coincidence, I felt the reaper smile. His breath creeping over my neck. The gods are conspiring. Only the most hardened of smokers would brave the North's Arctic squall on days like this. He shuffled over, sat close for body heat and lit up. Kind eyes, now cloudy. You could tell he'd been handsome once. Now brittle, bent and curved around a walking stick. We are outcasts, a lot of us, he mused. Great day for it. I have lung cancer and I find no peace to smoke anywhere. We're done with. I still would face the wrath of earth if habit said so. They thought I would die. I said, it's not the fags, it's the wife that's killing me. 2 heart attacks, a brain hemorrhage and now cancer. I think she's bad luck. The hemorrhage was a funny one, he said. Once I woke up and pretended I didn't know her. I told her to put her clothes on and get out. How I laughed. She even rang the sun, but I confessed. And with that he rose, bent in two by the wind, eyes lost in a friendly grimace. That's my lift now, bye. He pulled his coat close, braced and went on. I stubbed out my roll-up and vowed to quit again. And this is the last one that's about just what most good poems are about, all the wee tiny things. This is called The Comb. It was only a comb, narrow and brown, 2 for £1, but so sacred to me. He used to keep it in his back pocket, tidy up the parting of his hair should it go astray. He used to stand there in front of the mirror, dedicated, perfecting the look. And if he ever bent to lift something, the tip of the shiny plastic would show, sometimes fall to the floor. Sometimes I would worry he'd lose it. He never did though, reclaiming it like a gold coin he'd just dropped. It was just a comb, taking on a whole new meaning now he is gone, significant in its lasting insignificance, still here with no use. Abandoned, absent-mindedly on a dashboard, in a hire car 1,000,000 miles away. I lost my daddy's comb that day.
So it's people that inspires you to write. It's not the pastoral, it's not the country scene, it's not the...
Of course, always wee things like that, but it's always people, it always boils down to people, doesn't it?
And you say you don't want to write a novel, why is that?
I wouldn't have a beginning, middle and end. That's why I like poetry. Short and sweet.
But poets are probably among the most underappreciated and underpaid of all writers. I mean, worse even than journalists.
It's not for money though. You don't do it for money. You do it because you sort of need to do it.
So how do you sustain yourself then apart from it?
I'm a woman of many small jobs.
I was very struck by there you were talking about the idea of smokers as outcasts.
Oh, we are.
But isn't it true that that's where you get the best stories, because the smokers tend to be the most badly behaved people and they're always sitting outside their room?
Yep.
I mean, would you have got many sort of stories in the smoking shed or outside nightclubs?
Oh, I loads.
Like what?
And I always got stick for saying there's a story in it. Just general people stories. And people always come to you if they think you're a reporter as well, even if it's nothing to do with the paper or nothing that you could ever print. And they'd be, oh, did you hear this? So that was kind of good that people come to you to tell you interesting things.
So what's next for you anyway? You're working on your first collection. You're not going to do a novel, and you're working with Unheard Voices.
Yeah, and I'm working with Carol and the Unheard Voices, which is again like documenting real life. I really like doing things like that. I'd love to get into a career of it, some kind of storyteller, or I don't know, non-fiction anyway.
And possibly sort of perhaps history writing or oral history writing?
Oral history, other people's.
I was asking Jenny about sort of this area. I'm thinking particularly about that book. Do you think that there will be a sort of multimedia element to it as well, or do you like straight printed page, or can you sort of work with tablets, and can you live with radio, or can you live with other forms of art?
Someone asked you to ask me that. No, I'm a very written word type of person. I don't like much technology. I don't want Facebook, I don't want Twitter. I got to tell my boss in the journal to stick his Facebook and Twitter the day I left, which was fantastic. I was the only person holding out, and I maintained my stance that you don't need stuff like that to be a good reporter. And I can do without technology generally.
It's great. The views of Julieann Campbell are her own, and not necessarily those Kiltalk Press. I say that for Martin McGilly's benefit.
No.
Right. Julieann, that's great. Thank you very much for that. Best of luck.